Allie. I just made a video for meal prepping for my VIP Country Heat group, and I wanted to hop on here and give you guys some of my tips for my Sunday meal prep to kind of simplify things for you guys as you go forward. One of my biggest tips is to take it 1 week at a time versus looking at it for 21 days or 28 days or whatever your program length is. When you look at goals like that, it's harder to feel like you're successful because you're like, oh, I'm only on day 5 and I have so many days left, or you know, whatnot. But when you look at it 7 days at a time, it's easier to crush those goals. And then when you get through 1 week, you can tweak the next week and kind of figure out what worked, what didn't work, and you can just crush those goals so much easier. And when you take it 1 week at a time, it just makes life so much easier and so much better. So my biggest tip, number 1, is as much as I want to give you guys my meal plans, I'm not sure you guys would like what I eat. Sometimes, I won't lie, I have red sockeye salmon for lunch. And if I put this on a meal plan, I think people would be like, like no way. But sometimes I like eating this, and I like eating salmon and making like random meals. So I don't like giving a meal plan because I want you guys to be eating what you like, not what Allie likes. So that's why my biggest thing is you guys making a list of exactly what you want from each container in the container breakdown. So go through, mark down what you actually like, and then we're gonna plan your meal plan off of that list. Not my list, not somebody else's list. We're gonna plan it off of your list. So when you have that in front of you, it also gives you your grocery list, which helps a ton, you guys. And then you know exactly what you should be buying and what you should be planning your meals around. So there's that. My biggest tips are plan ahead. Do one prep every single week and plan ahead. It saves you so much time and like so many headaches. So one thing I like to do is plan my lunch meats ahead. I do lunch meat. It's super easy for me. It's easy to grab and go. And some days my meals will legit be me grabbing some ham and some peppers and just going. Like if we're going on a bike ride, I'll just take this with me, and it's not fancy, but it gets my meals in. So lunch meat is a huge one. Pre-packaging all your other stuff, your veggies, your fruits is also huge. So you're not looking at a whole container of strawberries and thinking, oh my gosh, how many should I do? Oh, I don't want to cut these. I don't want to have to measure this. Do it ahead of time so you don't have to worry about it. And also having my peppers ahead of time, I can toss these in stir fries. I can do whatever I want with these, and it saves so much time, you guys. So planning ahead 1 day, a week saves your life. The next thing I like to do is chicken, rotisserie chicken. I either buy them, but I had a whole one already. So I cooked that one, and that's going to pretty much be my meats for the week on top of the lunch meat and also Shakeology. But then I have a whole chicken, and I can do stir fries with it. I can put it, I like to do tomatoes and chicken and feta, and I can do just all different things. You can do lettuce wraps, you can do lettuce tacos, you can do so much with chicken. And just having it already cooked, you don't have to chop it, you don't have to touch it, you don't have to do anything. You just have to throw it in whatever meal you want. So that's a huge lifesaver. Shakeology is a godsend. On vacation, I had this sometimes twice a day because, I didn't plan very well. So Shakeology is always a home run for me, and I have vanilla almond milk with it, unsweetened vanilla almond milk. So this is a godsend, you guys. I'm not kidding. The next thing I do is, my first time meal prepping, I was chopping sweet potatoes and onions for my breakfast. And I was like, this sucks, man. I don't want to chop my sweet potato and my onion before I can even eat. I'm starving. I just want to eat. So I'm planning ahead, and I cook it ahead of time. So I cook a big pan of this, and then I put it all in a container and just portion it out for whatever meals I need. And I just warm it up, and then I don't have to wait for it to, the potatoes to get soft, and it's just so much easier. Another one is I always do eggs. Eggs is another easy protein. 2 eggs is a red container, super, super easy. And you can just do egg whites if you want, whatever floats your boat. The next thing I do, I love feta cheese on eggs with tomatoes, anything that has feta. And instead of worrying about how much a portion should be, I leave the container inside the feta. Boom, done. That was like one of those things I'm like, how smart? But this saves me so much time. I'm not having to try to find the blue container. I just leave it inside the cheese container, and it saves my life. The next thing is, a lot of people ask me about wine and alcohol. You can have wine. Yes, you can. So I save my yellow containers a lot of times for wine at the end of the night. I've been asked a lot recently also about, do I have a sweet tooth? Do I like sweets? Where did my chocolate chips go? Hold on. And the short answer to that is yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love sweets. I mean, before I started Beachbody, I would have ice cream every single night. I was baking cakes. I baked wedding cakes for a hot second, if you guys didn't know that. So I was constantly baking different desserts, and my favorite was this chocolate cake with peanut butter icing, and oh my gosh, I could eat the whole thing like within a few days, the whole cake, myself and I. So I love sweets. It is my weakness by far. If I go travel somewhere, I have to visit bakeries just because I love them so much. So anyways, my way to battle my sweets addiction is a nice little side of peanut butter and these chocolate chips, which I've seen these in the store a lot. They're dairy, nut, and soy free Enjoy Life chocolate chips, and I'm like, oh God, they probably taste like crap. Dude, these are so good, and look, they're mini. I don't know if you guys can see that, super mini. So what I do is I take a teaspoon of peanut butter, which is inside the meal plan, and then I dip it in this, and it is like a Reese cup. So I save that for the end of the night, because at the end of the night is when I'm like all agitated for my kids all day. You know, I'm kind of like craving something bad. When I get anxiety, I want chocolate, and I want ice cream, and I want those things. So when I save this for the end of the day, it just helps me so much. Sometimes I'll have 2, 3, depends what kind of day it is. And then also saving the wine for the end of the day is also a godsend. So these mini chocolate chips come in huge. You can also top these on top of like fruit or yogurt or whatever you want. It's just a nice little sweetener. I use coconut oil for sauteing everything. That's usually my go-to thing. And I think that's pretty much it, you guys. There's not a lot to it. I mean, I remember my first week when I meal prepped, I was like, this is gonna not work. This is gonna be awful. And every week you get smarter, and every week you get better, and you know exactly what you shouldn't do. Like me waiting to chop my potatoes and onions for breakfast didn't work for me because I wanted my breakfast then. So prep ahead, you'll realize what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work. And that's why I say to take it 1 week at a time, you guys. It just helps simplify your life, and it doesn't get you overwhelmed. You don't want this to be overwhelming. You want this to be a good change. And while you're doing a meal plan and you still have all those cravings, you just have to remember, stick to it. It will come. If meal planning and healthy living was so easy, everybody would do it. So there are tiny sacrifices that you do have to make, but you can still enjoy it by making a list of the foods that you like and tweaking them to what you like and allowing little treats in there. Instead of eating a whole cookie or a container of cookies like I used to do, just take these little sweet things. You'll realize, like, as you go on through the meal plan, that you don't need as much as you used to of sweets to keep you going, and that just things like this will satisfy you enough to keep going, and you'll get those results, you guys. These results that I got this round of Country Heat was huge, and that's what I want to get you guys in this test group, and also in any 21-day fix group that I'm running. I run them every single month, so if you're not ready yet, you can hop in next month. I'm always here 125%, and I'm here to make it work for you. Not for you to follow my meal plan, not for you to follow somebody else's meal plan, but for you to make a list and then us to make a meal plan for you based on your likes, your family likes, your lifestyle, and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's lives are different, so to have a one-size-fits-all meal plan, it doesn't really work. So that's why I like to tackle it this way. I hope that helps you guys, and I hope you guys have a great week. I'm super excited to taste this chicken. I got this new seasoning in Greenville. It's called Carolina Sunshine because I'm just hoping we move there. So any Carolina I can get in my life, I'm gonna sprinkle it on everything. So I hope you guys have a great week. Bye, guys.